Hi, okay, so I was reading the It's cold here. I'm wearing my shirt here. Um, so I was reading the conservative treehouse. And like I think I mentioned in another video, they they've turned, especially Sundance, has just turned on Omara a strong way now. And he all thinks that Omara, he's witch hunting to a certain degree at his site for people that disagree with him, but he's trying to tolerate him. But saying Omar is a good lawyer and praising him and everything, he thinks Omar is in a conspiracy, basically. I don't think that. That's a little nuts. But I do think Omar is fucking up. People are way too simple-minded. Like, I don't want George Zimmerman to have a fuck-up lawyer. I mean, I don't want him to have some kind of, F. Lee Bailey mind warp gets guys. I don't want him to get him off on a technicality, say. But I want him to have a good and even a great lawyer. I expect a clever lawyer, like an Alan Dershowitz, so to come up with the theory or what. I just say that because a lot of people at the treehouse are like, it's Alan, which is so funny because that's not their type of person. Angela Corey is much more the kind of person that it would be praising other than this weird circumstance. But anyway, it's funny. But, someone like that would come up with a credible defense and reasonable doubt and whatever, including if George gets off manslaughter. I think a good lawyer could probably put enough doubt if George doesn't break down and confess, that he'd at least have a chance of that kind of thing. Or anyway, if he has an incompetent lawyer or fuck up, or if he has one of these lawyers that'll fuck up on purpose for appeal, which is weird, but it can happen, but not this bad, not this way, I don't think. Then that's not good for getting him convicted anyway. The system needs to work well. Now, they want to blame George's money scheming on Omara. No, but it is incompetent of Omara to have not known about that and made sure that didn't happen. Omara was not incompetent about the passport because I don't believe Omara had the passport for 3 weeks. That's a lie. That's the kind of lie you get to tell if you keep your overall reputation to the court good. That's the kind of freebie you get to get your client. And maybe he did it because he knew he fucked up, I also agree he's a little bit weak. The way he's talking about the case is not strong enough. It's not strong enough in the press. It doesn't even seem like it's strong enough in the case. He doesn't necessarily... he doesn't seem to believe George is innocent, frankly. And he's basically said they're liars. I think he's used that word exactly. You'd think a lawyer would be careful and say misrepresentations. If he felt he had to admit that the lying, he would be careful, parse his words a little better. That in itself is not a huge thing, except for it does seem to indicate. Because lawyers have all kinds of rhetorical techniques. Use the bad word and get it over with quick type things. But I think it does show. Omar thinks George is a liar. People that deal with George, except for his dad, family seem to tend to get that impression. So I'm joining with the conservative nut house in this one. I gotta say, George should fire Omar. There's better lawyers.